What I'm going to do here today is take and put a ceramic tile over a vinyl floor. If your floor is in good enough shape, it's not spongy, the underlayment is not pulling up, you can do this. I already went and removed the trim, and there's the toilet, took that out already. Next thing what we'll do is cut the door jambs. So what I did was take piece of cardboard here. There's one of our tiles. Flip that upside down, and then I'm going to take one of these cutters here and then go ahead and trim up the edges there of the trim. Since our floor is in pretty good shape, we're going to use mastic to adhere it to the floor, but since this vinyl is kind of smooth, we're just going to take a belt sander here and then rough up the surface. We're not going to go into the paper or anything like that. We just want to run it over the top real quick to make it this adhere a little bit better, and then we'll vacuum that up really well. Okay, now that I have it vacuumed up, hopefully the camera will pick this up. You can see that the top of the vinyl is roughed up. It's nice and clean. Next, what we'll do is lay out where we want our tiles to go. Okay, I found the center point where I want to start my tiles here. I snapped a chalk line. This happens to be blue and it rubs off real easy. If you have red, it's more permanent, so you might want to take and shoot it with some hairspray, and that way if you have blue it won't rub off. Okay, I have it laid out here on our line here, and it comes out a little bit short on the wall there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit and then make it a little bit off center here when you come in. The door is there, so it won't matter that much. I don't think anybody will notice. So I'm just going to move my line over 1/2 inch, and that should be good. Okay, I found out where I need to cut around for our toilet there. So I'm just going to make a bunch of lines on here and then just break that off. I'm going to use a wet saw here. It's a little noisy and sprays a lot of water around, so you might want to do that outside. Okay, I have the tiles cut and laid out. Now what I'll do is take a notched trowel and put down the mastic. The trowel I'm going to use is this one here, and even though the mastic says it's only good for 8-inch floor tiles or 12-inch wall tiles, I've used it before with good results on the floor. These happen to be 12-inch tiles. If you measure them, they're actually 11 3/4. Now that we got our first little bit here with our cut tiles started, what we'll do is we'll put the mastic on the floor and then comb it out, and we want to make sure when we put the tile down, we just give it a little wiggle, and if it's up high a little bit, take a rubber mallet and then just tap on it so you don't catch your toe on it or whatever when you're walking. Okay, it's been a couple days since I laid the tiles down. It takes a couple days for this mastic to dry really well. And what we're going to do now is lock all the tiles together with some grout. I'm going to use some pre-mixed grout. And what we're going to do is take this float and then jam it in there in the seam, and then take a sponge and then with water and then wipe it down. Where you have tile meeting tile, or in this case up by the shower base, what we're going to do is use some sanded sanded caulk that looks exactly like grout when it's dry. So that'll bond really well and won't shrink and crack like the grout would against the shower base, and that'll give us a nice watertight seal. I'll take the sponge, bring it out a little bit, and then we want to clean the top of the tile off. As we do that, we'll just go down the grout lines and it'll make it nice and smooth. You'll have to change your water several times while doing this. Okay, I'm going to go and caulk along the shower base here with that sanded caulk. Just as before, we'll take a damp sponge and clean the top of the tiles off. Now we can reinstall our trim. Okay, I have all the previous trim installed. And then I picked up some shoe mold here. That's what it looks like to hide our edge here. And just go ahead and put that in there. Nail that on. Okay, now that we got a new floor in here, our toilet flange is a little bit below the floor that we put in. So you need a spacer kit. What you're going to do is take one of these rubber gaskets here, put it down, place your spacer in there, and then put another gasket on top. And then you're ready to get a new wax ring and set your toilet. Okay, I got my gasket there and one spacer, and that's up high enough. It's about 1/4 inch off the floor. The curved side goes down into the pipe. Now we're ready to install the toilet. Okay, I have the wax ring on there, and I'm going to go and set the toilet. Okay, I hooked up the water supply line and I have it bolted down. I'll just take and cut the bolts off and put the caps on. One last thing, I put the door jamb transition on there, threshold, and put our new caps on the end.